There were 3 federating regions at our independence. There was a mechanism that allowed for the creation of an additional region. That was reflected in the 1963 Constitution. When the military came in 1966 and Gowon created states at the outbreak of the Civil War, it destroyed the federation that he inherited. We have for too long perpetuated the myth of Aguiyi Ironsi being the one that unitarized Nigeria. It is not. The reason I'm going back into history is for you to understand that what they are seeking to bury, which is why they are creating talk shops that are unreflective of the will of the Nigerian people. What they are seeking to bury is the federal system itself. When you now break it down into unviable states, where you now have 36 states in all, each one of them unviable and unable to function as a state, you have the incongruity of a federal government that is creating federating units. And then you want us to sit down on the basis of that fraudulent situation and then begin to have a dialogue that would result in peace, which is what everybody is seeking. It won't work.
One of the major problems we have in Nigeria is accusation, accusing people wrongly without verifications. And today in Nigeria, everybody finds the pleasure to point finger to the Igbos as the problem of this country. There was a video I made one time and people were saying, you are fighting for the Igbos, but they are the one that spoil regional government. Look at it now. Dele Faro to me is telling you that it's not Aguiyi Ironsi, but rather Yakubu Gowon. And I know if you know who Dele Faro to me is, you will know he's a man that speaks with fact and evidence. There are certain people that when they speak, you don't need to verify it. You know, they come out with fact and evidence. They don't mince word. In fact, some people might actually think that the guy is an Igbo person because the way he's brutal with his truth. Nigeria has already succeeded to believe that it's only Igbos that can say the truth without fear. Yes, now. But what am I trying to say? The more you people keep thinking that Igbo is the trouble, holding the Igbo down with wrong accusation, the more we are holding Nigeria down. When you are holding somebody on the ground, you will not have a free hand to do anything. As far as Nigerians think that wrong accusation, blaming the Igbos is what will make them to feel happy or to exonerate themselves from the present problem, we also all holding ourselves on the ground. The day the Nigerians will free the Igbos in their mind, because it's a mindset in their mind, and embrace the truth that these guys are not our problem. The problem we're having is these crooks, these crafty people, these cunning men who stand as whether it's pastor or traditional ruler or politicians, the so-called leaders. The day we will stand and face them squarely, that is the day Nigeria will become free. But until then, I'm out of here, Joe. In life, whatever that has an advantage has a disadvantage. Nigeria is a place where people dwell on negativity instead of positivity. So the disadvantage here is that we put our minds in negativity more than the positivity. And we always do that when it is against those we call our enemies. A lot of people believe that Igbos are the one who spoiled the unitary system. But if you watch that last video that I played, it was done last year, 2024, you begin to understand that it has never been them. Every society has something that they believe on. Naturally, the Igbo populace believe in Republican nature. The Igbos believe in Republican nature. Even down to this Anyoma, we believe in Republican nature. Even some of us in Anyoma that are saying, if we don't have the same character like the Igbos are this, we still have issues in our own villages. We always dwell on negativity of others, but we don't talk about our own negativity. There's a fractions in my village right now. Why? Because there's a Republican nature in us. So even when you're denying that you're not Igbo, you'll find out that we are Republican in nature. We can counter or disagree with what our king is saying. And whenever he do something that doesn't suit us, we have the ability, because that is a Republican nature. And that is the advantage we have in this place, that everybody can strive and fight to become equal, even with a king. Though you are not trying to rub it on his face, but you feel like he's not feeding you, so you can walk and see it like a king. That's why people take title they call Olikeze. But you can't see that in other places, and people want to believe that once we are not acting or bowing down to their king, then there's a problem. Meanwhile, that thing they think that is their own advantage also has a disadvantage. It's very unfortunate, because the Igbo man that lives in Republican nature will not be the one to sit in the federal government and decided to remove the federation character. If Igbos are Republican in nature, that is why it's never been an Aguiyi issue. It is Gowon that did that. And I know you will not believe it. Gowon did this in order to favor the Fulani and Hausa jihadists of that 1966 period. But they want to gaslight us in the 21st century that we are the worst people. Look at them who want to bring Sharia. Look at what they are doing. You that is a poor man in the north, a beggar, they brainwash you to believe that we are your slave, we are the infidel. But those who are trying to push that agenda are using your own collective resources to feed themselves. Look at it. Judges, those who claim to bring Sharia. I told you that the Sharia is just made for the poor, not for the rich. And they brainwash you. Then you come online and be saying, Igbo people do this, Igbo people do that. Meanwhile, they are the one trying to deceive you. They are the one eating your money. Look at how much they stole. If not for social media, none of us will hear this, because normally you will keep it secret. You people will keep it secret and now be pointing finger to other people, because the Igbos will not keep it secret. They will say it because they don't fear their king. But in this place, they will fear the emir, they will fear the Oba, they will hide it. Evidence is show that Igbos have never been the problem. And I'm making this video for my South Southern Igbos, because if a Northern hate an Igbo man or believe the lies or propaganda against the Igbo, I don't have a problem with it. After all, it's far from it. Whether it's Birion, whether it's Kanuri, whether it's Hausa, whether it's Fulani in the north, there's no problem. You come to the west, whether it's Yoruba that believe those lies. But you, a South Southern Igbo especially, that believe this lie and go up and down, be publishing it and be talking, Igbo people are the one that destroyed this thing. Something is very wrong with you. Because it is this Republican nature that made you feel game mind they talk. And that's the Republican nature of the Igbo man that made you be able to say, I'm a car on my own and I'm Okwan on my own. Because Igbo does not do dominarily leadership, where one person will stand and say he's the monarch of all Igbos and speak for all Igbos. And that's why people come online and say, where is Igbo king? Igbo does not have a one particular king that speak for them. We only have different kings in every different village. And every quarter in the village has their own leaders. That's how the Republican nature we are. I'm out of here, Joe.